Okay, so as you all know, or should know, Raven tweeted like 2 or 3 days ago their like community update, I suppose, of season 2 and what they will change and all that. Um, there's a lot of different changes, but I will just focus on DMC since that's the most interesting to me. Like all of this is just Warzone, and I don't play it that much. Really, I don't care. DMC is what I care about. So I just want to go through them and sort of, you know, and my thoughts on it and all that. If you want, if you haven't read it yet, I do recommend reading all these updates. Just look up Warzone 2 patch notes, and this should be the first thing that pops up. This community update blog. Or just go to callofduty.com, and look up patch notes. But anyways, so the first thing in DMC that they will be changing is enemy tuning. So they obviously got a lot of complaints here in season 1 that the AI were challenging. But the ramp up of difficulty was often steep, with some players getting overwhelmed. With season 2, we introduce a number of balance changes to adjust the types of AI spawning, the number of AI spawning, and the accuracy of AI at range, and much more. All of this should provide a challenging but manageable play space that still requires player respect of enemy combatants in the DMC. Yes. This is definitely a thing. Like, it happens to me so many times. Where they would, like, the problem with the AI, it was never that they were difficult. Like, they should be difficult. They should be, as they say here, there should be, that still requires player respect, you know? That's is how it should be. The problem with the AI was that they were so inconsistent. Like, what certain games, they were completely like brainless. Like, you could literally stand in the middle of in the open and shooting everybody, and none of them would hit you. And then the next game, if you try to do the same thing, you're just dead. Just like that. In 2 seconds, you're dead. Like, that's the problem with the AI. So hopefully they can change that inconsistency. The types of AI spawning, I don't like. If you play the game enough, you know where those types of AI spawn. Like, typically when the radiation is at its towards the end and the final exfil is about to arrive, that's where the most difficult AI typically spawn a lot of. But other than that, like, I don't really like, unless specific areas with missions and stuff, contracts. But other than that, like, the number of AI spawning, like, that's hard to describe, and that's debatable, I think. Like, I play solo, and yes, obviously a lot of times there's a problem with the amount of AI spawning and blah blah blah, but like, that's just part of the game to me. And obviously I'm talking about solo experience here. I don't play in full teams. I play completely solo. So all of this, like, if I was playing in a team, none of this I would not care, other than the inconsistency. Um, the accuracy and AI at range, yes, that's a good fix. But that's, again, that's the inconsistency. Like, all of this is just inconsistency in the programming, the coding or whatever of the AI. But yeah, let's move off the AI. Spawn points. We're tuning some of the infill points across all master for improved early match experience based on gameplay data, starting at a point at which your squad feels isolated without loot and contract opportunities. It's not the best experience. These tweaks should improve spawn points across the mode. They have like consistently through season 1 changed spawn points, I think. Like a lot of exfils and spawn points I know for a fact have changed throughout season 1. And to be honest, like, that's good. Like, it keeps the mind having to constantly, like, remember and relearn spawn points. And that's good. That's really good. Mission difficulty tuning. Enforced that the faction mission difficulty ramp was too aggressive for many players, and that demanding scale ultimately made it very challenging to unlock the second in your weapon slot. Completing all tier 3 missions. Yes. I don't remember much, since it was so long ago that I completed all tier 3. The only thing I remember is that tier 3 a lot of times were much more difficult than tier 4. I remember tier 4 on Legion to be like extremely easy, while tier 3 was, it took me a while. There was just the overall scaling of difficulty in missions as the tiers progress. Later tiers will still be quite challenging, yes, as it should. But we believe more straightforward access to an additional insurance level will provide a better path forward for our players. Yeah, I can see that. Like I play solo, so obviously everything is going to be much more difficult. Crashes, don't care. I never had that many. At least not since they did that minor crash patch after New Year or whatever it was. Seasonal refresh. This is a very big one. All new missions will come with Season 2, including a refresh of your current faction mission progress and an inventory. So obviously all your stored weapons and keys will reset. We will be detailing all the need to know intel for DMZ. Yes. This is good. And then the location, there's a new location like Building 21. With the new exclusion zone coming to Season 2, players will have a third option to choose from when deploying in DMZ. The faction mission refresh will provide new missions to send you across these destinations, including Building 21. Yeah, that's good. Like, I still haven't played in Building 21. Because there's no point in me trying. Like, I have 4 key cards for Building 21 in my stash. You know, I don't have a need for them. Like, there's no reason for me to go into Building 21. You know? Unless I want to go in there completely solo and just get destroyed within 5 seconds, you know? Like, I wonder what this exclusion zone is. Like, is it going to be like a rebirth island type of thing? I can't imagine it's going to be like a new building, like Building 21. Like, I can't imagine that. And also, they didn't mention here, but... Oh, well, here. They didn't mention it like this, but... But they did mention, yeah, all new missions, yeah. Yeah, like, that's the main things that were happening. Obviously, there's a lot of things at the top of this blog that will factor in here. But these are the only things that actually make sense. So if this is what, if you're a DMZ player, then, you know, this is what it is. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on that, you know. I think it's good changes. It's really good changes. The enemy tuning, especially spawn points, it's whatever really. it doesn't change that much. Mission difficulty tuning, for me it doesn't matter. For other players, you know, probably it does. Crashes doesn't matter for me. This is really good. And then the location, hopefully now since they do the faction mission, Refresh will provide new missions. So that's good. That means that you actually have a reason for going into building 21 and the new exclusion zone. So that's good. That's really good. But yeah, that's the patch notes for DMZ. If you have any questions, you know, just I suppose you can make a comment. I don't know. But yeah, that's it.